Okay, welcome back guys. So in this part of the tutorial, basically in the previous part we just received the data, the X and Y readings. Now it's time to make sense, and that is I want to construct a vector direction out of this information. And if you guys recall, this is my joystick and this is my joystick. Like I said before, I wanted my joystick readings to be 0 if it's within this range. That in other words, like if it's in between here, that it hasn't moved, and I want it to be equal to 1. If it's here, this is طبعا 1 Y, or actually it's going to be Z. And the reason why it's going to be Z because I don't want my bag to be moving up and down. Actually I want it to move back and forth. So this is going to be the forward. And obviously this is when it's less than this value here, actually greater than this value, I want it to be -1. And the same thing applies to X. If it's less than, this is, we said 62, then I want it to be 1, so this would move to the right. And if it's actually greater than 186, then I want it to move -1, that is to say that it's moved to the left. And in between, this is going to be 0, 0. So how do we translate this into code? I just have to come to my code, which is the punch bag, get back to this guy here, this guy which receives the data. But this time, instead of just debugging the information, we're just gonna have to make an if statement. I'm gonna say if X data is greater and equal to 62. This is and, actually I wanted to use the and statement. The X data is actually less than and equal to 168. Then what does this mean? Then I want my X data to be equal to 0. Okay, so I have something wrong. Yes. Okay, so my X data would now equal to 0. Would have to be equal to 0. Now hold on, I'm gonna say else if statement, I'm gonna pass you a condition. And this condition, I'm gonna just copy this because I'll be using it. If the X data is less than 62, what do I need? Then the X data is going to equal to 1. Okay, else if the X data is greater than 168, then I want the X data to be if the Y data, and this is the Y data. So I'm simply, guys, just changing vector 3. Okay, so I have to separate this by a space, and now putting my objects on this part. Okay, done. So guys, you see I'm punching it forward. Okay, now let's try to the right. Okay, so it's working. Let's try to the left.